Hello everyone, I'm Tracy Sizemore, publisher and writer of the Hun Cluster Sci-Fi RPG, here to answer your deep dive questions. Why is the Plot Point Campaign so long? So the Transcendence Plot Point Campaign for Han Cluster is its own book, and that book is 208 pages. That seems long, right? So in terms of adventure length, the Plot Point Campaign really isn't that much longer than any other Savage Worlds Plot Point campaign. The thing is, though, the Transcendence Plot Point Campaign is different. Yes, it has fighting, yes, it has goals that the PCs are trying to accomplish, but the real difference is in the Plot Point Campaign's thematic complexity. Number one, there are a lot of NPCs in Transcendence, and a lot of those NPCs become allies to the players later. They have a role to play that is much larger than most run-of-the-mill, I'm passing by NPCs that you might discover in a regular campaign. I've taken the time to flesh out these NPCs considerably and given them dialogue, so the GM has a choice to either paraphrase that dialogue or say it directly and act it out like I do at the table. It may seem like self-indulgence, but it really isn't. It really is more of an attempt to explore the idea of connection, togetherness, coalition building, and finding your people in trying to solve a larger problem. Number two, the blinding is an unusual threat. And it is difficult to explain and difficult to start to wrap your head around exactly what's going on with shift intensities, how they're affecting the people around you, and what you need to do to stop the blinding. Again, I could have made that simpler, but it really kind of would destroy what makes the Han Cluster unique and what that conflict is all about in a thematic sense. So in adding these extra bits of explaining the shift intensities, the NPCs, and some of the more complex subsystems that I end up using, like the auction or some of the dramatic tasks and social conflicts that come up during the campaign, I wanted to make sure that the GM knew what they were doing. The idea here is for you to be able to read an act, maybe a night before, maybe even a couple of hours before you run the game, and to feel confident and excited about what you're going to do. What I absolutely did not want was the GM to read something and be confused about it and not have any explanation and bounce off of it and then be stressed about running it, then not to know what to do. That's kind of the worst feeling in the world, especially for me as a GM. So I wanted to make sure that I really gave you a good grasp of what was happening and what could happen so that you have a great idea about what to do when the PCs start interacting with the adventure. In short, I wanted to make the GM's job easier. The second major reason the Plot Point Campaign is a little longer is it contains special crisis tales. Crisis tales are not savage tales, they're a little bit different. And the idea being that I wanted you to experience what it's like on the ground. Your PCs are in the big adventures. They're doing the big things to solve the big problem, right? I wanted to show you, not tell you, that even the most seemingly inconsequential person, like the student named Madeline Yule that you meet in the first act, can make a big difference when she's needed. These crisis tales are designed to show you what is happening on the ground, away from the PCs, what you are trying to fix, so that you understand it in a big way and you can make little progress with smaller allies and feel like there's a bigger effort going on besides just what you're doing in the main adventure. They demonstrate what's at stake, and they are meant to be run between Act 8 and Act 10 of the Plot Point Campaign. Finally, the book has Savage Tales. Savage Tales in Transcendence are much like the Savage Tales in any other Savage Worlds campaign. Some of them are a little longer for the same reasons that the PPC is a little longer. There's narrative complexity, thematic complexity that I want to get across to you. And in some cases, there are some pretty cool NPCs too. So I wanted to take the time and give you that chance to say, here's the cool things that you can do, here's what's here, so that you don't have to make it up on your own. Again, trying to make it easier for you. So that's why it's a little bit longer. All that resulted in a 208-page book that I'm very proud of, and that I hope is something that you find approachable and fun and exciting and makes you want to play the game. So that's the answer to that question. I hope you come back next time. I'll see you then.